Hi, I'm Mariah, and this is a summary of all the knowledge that I've gained from taking this course and what I plan on taking with me as a future educator. So here's my table of contents. I'll first be talking about my experience at St. Michael's and then some of the in-class activities that we've done and how I feel about them, and then some of our textbook chapters and what I found interesting or helpful. So the main thing that I learned from St. Michael's was that students, especially kindergartners, need explicit directions. There were a few times where my co-teachers and I had to remind the students to do things that come naturally to us, such as listening while others are speaking or sharing, or even teaching them that they can't pretend to fall asleep while someone is teaching because that's not an appropriate thing to do. Another thing that I had to learn was that it is okay if the lesson does not go as planned. I remember there was one particular time during our phonics lesson where a few of the students weren't able to combine the letter sounds that they were saying to make a word. And for a split second, it made me a little bit concerned that maybe we were teaching the sounds wrong or it was maybe too advanced for them. But then I remembered that reading in general is still like very new to them and that they just needed more scaffolding, which we were able to provide for them. This leads me to my next point about kindergartners or students in general having varying abilities and to take that into consideration when we are planning lessons because there's always going to be some students who get it right away and then just some students who just need a little more support. So for the in-class activities, I really enjoyed how creative the morning meetings were. I think it's a really intentional way of building relationships among students and promoting social skills, which is very important at the young age. I also think it's great for engagement because a lot of the time we're moving around and not just sitting around, which is something that kindergartners don't like to do. I also like that we tested out different manipulatives and teaching aids so that we could get an idea of like what we would need to help support our future students. I also think that the manipulatives are very important because they support different learning styles and support like conceptualizing students' learning. I also enjoyed the reflections that we did because they were simple and they allowed me to think back on my learning and find areas of refinement for my next lessons. So these are just some of the textbook takeaways. So from chapters 1 and 2, I took away that we should welcome students and their unique strengths, and that kindergarten offers the opportunity for students to build a strong foundation in all areas of development through exploration and play. From chapters 4 and 5, I pulled that to engage students in different subjects, provide an environment with a variety of manipulatives, and set up discovery areas for children to explore. And then from chapter 9, I thought that it was important to be intentional about forming positive habits for students. And this is the end of my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.